Good day everyone, we are the Group 4 and today we are going to discuss and explore the basic information about the software as a service when it comes to Google Workspace. So in this lesson, we are going to know the SLAS, TCO, risk assessment, and the action plan. So aalamin natin dito at uunawain natin kung ano nga ba ang kahulugan ng total cost of ownership, service level agreement, risk assessment, action plan, at kung ano ang papel nito when it comes sa Google Workspace. But for now, ipapaliwanag po ng groupmates ko ang other information about this topic.
First po is Software as a Service or CaaS, Google Workplace. Focus service level agreements, total cost of ownerships, risk assessment, and action plan. A comprehensive look at Google Workplace as a CaaS solutions for business. What is Google Workplace? Google Workplace is a software as a service product that provides cloud-based tool like Gmail, Google Drive, Docs, Sheets, Meet, and more. Next po is service level agreements or SLAS. Google guarantees a high level of service, usually 99.9% uptime, meaning its tools should almost always be available. Next po is total cost of ownership. Use Google Workplace can lower costs because there's no need to buy expensive hardware, software, license, or high IT staffs to manage email, service, or collaborations tools. Next po is risk assessment. Using a cloud service like Google Workplace comes with some risk like data security and privacy, defense on internet connectivity, vendor lock-in. And the last one po is action plan or adoptions. Evaluate needs, plan migrations, train users, and monitor or manage.
Okay, so imagine yung software as a service is ginamit natin without downloading any applications. The only thing that we need to do is to open our data or internet and search on the browser or Google. It's like renting software instead of buying it. So that means you save money since you don't need expensive computers. Plus, the company that makes the software takes care of updates and fixes. You can also easily add or remove people who use the software, and the best part, you can use it in any device like your phone or tablet from anywhere. This make it super convenient for everyone. So, software as a service is a simple and easy way to use software. It's like having your own tools without the hassle. This helps companies focus on their work instead of tech problems.
Google Workspace Overview. Google Workspace is a cloud-based productivity and collaboration platform designed for business and organizations. It offers a range of tools to enhance communication, collaboration, and productivity. Gmail, a professional business email solution that provides a custom email address, ample storage, and robust security features. Google Drive, a cloud storage solution that enables file sharing, collaborations, and access to files from anywhere on any device. Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides, real-time document collaboration tools that multiple users to work on documents, spreadsheets, and presentation simultaneously. Google Meet and Chat, video conferencing and messaging tools that facilitate communication and collaboration among team members. Admin Console, a centralized management platform that enables administrations to manage user accounts, device, and security settings.
Service level agreements. Google Workspace provides financially backed SLAs to ensure service reliability. Key points: uptime guarantee, 99.9% uptime SLA for Gmail and core services. Compensation: service credits are provided in case of SLA breaches. Coverage includes availability, performance, response times, and support. Accountability ensures Google is responsible for service delivery quality. Importance for businesses: protects operations from prolonged downtime, builds trust in the SaaS model, provides legal and financial assurance. So meaning po, ang SLA sa Google Workspace po ay parang kontrata po na nagsisigurado na gumagana ang services po nila. Lalo na po sa Gmail, 99.9% of the time po. So, kung pumalpak po, may refund po or bind sila bilang compensation po dun sa user. So, sakop nito po yung ang bilis at availability ng performance po. Kaya hindi lang po basta gumagana, dapat maayos din po. So, kung may problema, may pananagutan po si Google doon dahil hindi po sila pwedeng umiwas doon po. So, para sa businesses naman po, mahalaga po ang SLA kasi nagbibigay po ito ng protection at tiwala. May legal basehan din po at backup plan kung magka-downtime man po. Kaya hindi po agad maapektuhan ang operations po. Kasama ng SLA po, legal service agreements, may risk action plan din po. So para handa sa kahit anong aberya po, so gumagamit po sila ng MFA at role-based access, so para po ma-secure ang login data po nila. So may regular backup training din po sila at system audits po para iwas cyber threats na rin po. So sinusunod din nila ang legal rules gaya ng GDPR at may disaster recovery plan din po sila kung sakaling magka-outrage po. So may plan B, may plan B din po na gamit ang ibang services po kung kailangan po. So sa madaling salita po, may malinaw na plano si Google para iwas hassle at tuloy-tuloy ang negosyo po kahit may problema po. So, risk action plan. Technical actions. Enforce multi-factor authentication or MFA for all accounts. Compliance and legal actions. Align with GDPR, HIPAA, or HIPAA, and other relevant frameworks. Regular compliance, checks and documentation. Business continuity actions. Develop a disaster recovery plan for major service disruptions. Maintain clear communication channels with Google support for SLA enforcement. Have contingency strategies. Example, temporary use of alternative services. Organizational actions. Train employees on cybersecurity awareness and phishing prevention. Conduct routine audits of user accounts and permission. Establish policies for data classification and handling. So meaning po, ang risk action plan po ay parang checklist po para maiwasan po na maiwasan o ma-handle po ang tech problems po. So gaya ng cyber attack po, at saka data loss o system downtime po. So sa technical side po, gumagamit po sila ng MFA para secure ang login po. So meaning may extra step, hindi lang password. So meron din pong may role-based access din po sila para kontrolado po kung sino lang yung may access po o pwedeng umaccess ng data po. So meron din po silang regular and data backup plan para may kopya po kung mawala man po ang original po. So sa organizational side naman po, tinuturuan po ang staff kung paano iwasan nga po yung cyber threats. So yun nga po. So meaning may system audits po para makita ang kahinaan po ng pinaka-system po nila. So may data handling policies din po sila para malinaw ang rules sa pag-store po at protect ng info. So sa legal side naman po, sumusunod po sila sa laws gaya ng GDPR at HIPAA or HIPAA para iwas penalty po. So may documentation din po sila para lahat ng action po ay naka-record po. So yun nga po, meron din po silang disaster recovery plan kung magkaroon nga po ng major issue at backup strategies po. So gaya ng paggamit po ng ibang services po, kung pumalya man po yung main system po nila. So sa madaling salita rin po, ang risk action plan po ay safety net ng negosyo po. So para kahit anong oras mangyari man po yung kung ano man po, may plano kang susundin po at hindi ka po basta-basta malulugi. Yun lamang po, and thank you po.
Total cost of ownership, or TCO. Definition: TCO evaluates both direct and indirect cost of adopting Google Workspace. Direct cost. First bullet, subscription-based pricing per user or month. Second bullet, no upfront cost of software incomes. Direct and direct savings. First bullet, eliminates need for local servers, maintenance, and storage. Second bullet, reduce IT staff workload since update backups and patch by managed by Google. Third bullet, lower electricity, hardware, and instruction experiments. Scalability. First bullet, organization only pay for what they use. Second bullet, easy to scale up or down based on business needs. Result, long-term reduction in IT expenditure while improving efficiency and productivity.
So like when we talk about the total cost of ownership for Google Workspace or the TCO, it's not just about the obvious expenses, you know. Of course, there's the monthly fee for each user, but there are also other savings na hindi natin kagad-agad napapansin. Like for example, hindi na natin kailangan mag-invest as many expensive servers anymore since Google takes care of a lot of that. And you know, hindi mo na rin kailangan ng maraming IT staff because Google handles a lot of technical stuff which is really convenient. Plus, nababawasan pa yung bayarin mo sa kuryente, nakakasave ka pa ng electricity which is good for your environment and for your budget. So, all in all, Google Workspace can actually save your money nang hindi mo nare-realize agad.
So, good day everyone! Today we're going to discuss the risk assessment and potential challenge. And meron po siyang 6 types na i-discuss ko today. So, una po is data security. So, ano nga po ba ang data security? So, ang data security is pinakamahalagang parte na ginagamit natin para po sa technology or sa mga personal information natin. So, ang data security ay natutulungan tayo pagdating sa mga fake emails, phishing, or mga hacker. So, natutulungan tayo ng data security para maprotektahan or ma-secure yung mga personal information natin. So, next naman po, compliance. So, ang compliance is, dito na rin po pumapasok yung mga pangunahing responsibilidad mula sa isang system or halimbawa sa isang kumpanya. So, dapat hindi lang tayo merong sapat na security, dapat meron din po tayong mga legal or mga tamang paggamit ng mga data para po maging maganda yung access or process na isang system or ng isang kumpanya. So, next naman po is user management. Ang user management po ay isa sa pinaka-pangunahing bahagi para sa sarili nating seguridad. Kung saan, nakasalalay dapat dito yung kung sino lang po yung may karapatang makakita or makagamit ng mga personal information natin. So, katulad na lamang po ng naglalagay tayo ng mga password katulad sa cellphone natin. Then naglagay tayo ng password na kung saan maaari nilang ma-access agad. Katulad ng naglagay ka ng 1, 2, 3. So, madali nila itong mahulaan. So, dapat para sa sarili nating seguridad, maglalagay tayo ng password na katingin natin na hindi nila agad mahuhulaan. Para magkaroon tayo ng protection mula sa mga personal information natin. So, next naman po natin is downtime risk. So, pag sinabi nating downtime risk, dito po pasok yung nagkakaroon na siya ng maintenance or outage sa isang online service na ginagamit natin. So, halimbawa na lang po sa Google Classroom, meron pong sinet ang teacher doon na date or deadline ng activity natin. Then, pinasa natin to, pero hindi agad siya hindi agad siya to turn in. So, ibig sabihin, pumapasok na dito yung downtime risk na maaaring meron siyang mabagal and pagbabago sa isang online service na ginagamit natin. So, next naman po, vendor lock-in. So, ang vendor lock-in, dito na po pumapasok yung malaking mga challenge natin pagdating sa mga iClouds and sa mga online service na ginagamit natin. So, pagdating dito, dapat alam natin kung paano natin siya gagamitin or paano yung tamang term para ma-access natin ng maayos. So, halimbawa na lang po, meron tayong mga documents, file, and form na nakalagay sa provider A. Then, ililipat natin siya sa provider B. So, dapat, kailangan muna natin siyang i-export para mas maayos yung paglipat ng mga files or documents natin at hindi siya magkaroon ng problema. So, next naman po, privacy concern. So, ito din po yung pinakamahalagang parte ng ating buhay na kung saan dapat pinoprotektahan natin or binabantayan natin. Lalo na sa paggamit natin ng mga cloud service, nandito yung mga personal information natin or mga sensitibong informasyon natin. So, kailangan protektahan natin lalo na yung mga data na ginagamit natin sa cloud, dapat nakalock ito or dapat tayo lang ang kumokontrol ng ating mga privacy concern na dapat tayo lang nakakaalam.
Risk Action Plan. Technical action. Enforce multi-factor authentication or MFA for all accounts. Use role-based access control or RBAC to limit unnecessary permission. Regularly back up data using hybrid or third-party solution. So, ang multi-factor authentication or ang MFA, ito yung seguridad para maprotektahan yung account user or yung system. Yung role-based access control or yung RBAC, ito yung nagbibigay pahintulot sa pag-access ng mga user. Regularly backup data using hybrid or third-party solution. Ito naman yung pagkuha or pagkopya ng isang data para maprotektahan. And kung sakaling magkaroon man ng problema yung isang system.
Compliance and legal action. Align with GDPR, HIPAA, and other relevant frameworks. Regular compliance checks and documents.
Ito naman yung mga regular na pagsusuri sa pagsunod ng mga documents. Organization actions. Train employees on cybersecurity awareness and phishing prevention. Conduct routine audits of user accounts and permission. Establish policies for data classification and handling. So, dito naman po ay dapat daw po i-train yung mga employees para maprotektahan ang mga computer system at para maiwasan din yung banta sa cyber. Conduct routine audits of user accounts and permission. Conduct routine audits of user accounts and permission. Ito po yung mga regular na nagsasagawa ng mga pag-audit ng mga accounts and gumagamit din sila ng mga permission. Establish policies for data classification and handling. Sila naman yung mga bumubuo at nagpapatupad sa pag-handle ng data. Business continuity action. Develop a disaster recovery plan for major service disruptions. Maintain clear communication channels with Google support, SLA enforcement. Having contingency strategies, temporarily use of alternative service. Po yung gumagawa ng mga plano kung paano maibabalik yung isang service after ng major disruption. Ito naman yung pag-maintain o pananatili ng malinaw na communication kasama ang Google support. Contingency strategies. Yung contingency strategies naman, ito yung mga plans developed to address potential disruption or yung mga kaganapan na pwedeng maka-affect operation or sa mga services. So halimbawa na po dito yung isang kumpanya na maaaring bumuo ng contingency na nasasangkot temporary use as alternative service kung ang kanilang pangunahing service provider ay nakaranas ng pagkawala o problema.
So now that we know all about the Google Workspace, kasi na-explain naman po siya ng mga kagrupo ko. So when we say Google Workspace, familiar naman po tayo sa paggamit ng Google application po. So dito po tayo nag-search, ganyan. So ginagamit din po natin siya pag online yung klase natin, like Google Meet, ganyan. So when we say Google Workspace, ito po yung dito po tayo naglalagay ng mga informations or data or yung mga nagsisave ng files kanyan sa G Drive, 'di ba? Ginagamit din natin yung G Drive kapag nag-i-input tayo ng mga video, ganyan, nagsisave tayo ng mga pictures, ganyan. So, sa email din, doon tayo naglalagay ng input. Ginagamit natin yung email kapag naglalagin tayo sa different platform, sa ganyan. So, space saver din siya. Hindi na natin siya kailangan ng application or hindi na natin kailangan ng i-download. So, malalas din yung yung RAM dun sa phone natin. So, makakasave tayo ng storage sa cellphone. Then, all we need to do is to open our internet or the data. So, SLAS. So, when we say SLAS, ito naman yung So, when we say SLAS, ito yung nag-i-ensure or nagpo-provide ng financial backup or the agreement na secure yung ating secure yung data natin, ganyan. Or pwede nating pagkatiwalaan, ganyan. Trusted yung system nila, ganyan. So, dito naman sa total cost of ownership or the TCO, na-explain dito yung indirect savings and direct savings or direct cost. So, dito sa direct cost, syempre dito na tayo magbabayad ng subscriptions. Like kung yung per month, kanyan, or per week, kanyan. So, kung napapansin nyo, di ba, once na full yung ating email, ganyan, or naubusan siya ng backup or kung naubusan na siya ng mga storage, ganyan, di ba, napupuno yung email natin, ganun din sa G Drive natin. So, kailangan mo magbayad para mas madagdagan yung storage, ganyan, para mas magamit mo pa siya pang long term, ganyan. Okay. So, basically, the Google Workspace is like a helpful tools that can help us in other works. It's all online, so it's easy to share and collaborate with everyone. And they have SLAS, which are basically promises that everything will be reliable and won't crash all the time. Plus, it can actually save you money because you won't need as much equipment or IT support makakasave ka pa ng electricity at syempre ng pera mo. Of course, you have to think about risk assessment to spot any potential problems with security and stuff. But don't worry, they have an action plan to make sure your data is safe and everything runs smoothly. So, all in all, if you manage it well, Google Workspace can really help your business be more efficient and productive. That will be all for today's lesson, and thank you for watching and listening. We hope that you got a lot of information about this topic.